It is now safe to keep affectionately whining.
I really wish we got to see more of this art here somewhere. It's probably out there if I looked hard enough for it.
If you do find it, throw it to me. I'd like to see it too. Let's do it!
Dana is such an unrealistically nice boss. It's like you could have taken more time for your break. It's fine.
Like, who says that to
then
anyone?
Again, yeah. Then again, when we find out later that like the bar is failing, it makes more sense.
Just like,
It's like, who cares? We're closing anyway.
still, it's an uncharacteristic level of dignity even for a closing place. I went through a layoff. At 26. Oh, cool, it's Kira Mickey.
Yeah, I'm not 100% keen on her design, and I think it's just in the execution that like she looks out of place. Like
there just seems to be kind of something a little bit off about her palette. Just like maybe kind of more of the blue-green hair didn't really jive with more of her purple-brown look. Maybe it's just there's something not quite right about how her hair is structured. I don't know, but
yeah, but the difference in her palette does serve to differentiate her and like show how like she's not from around here. But I think one of the bigger problems I have is just the thickness of her outlines.
That too.
Like the outlines and the distinguishing marks on her tend to be a bit thicker than on other characters.
It honestly looks like
really
that she was.
stand out.
It honestly looks like she was kind of one of the more earlier ones that kind of got drafted, I would say.
Yeah, like, and given how so she wants something like tea. Normally, you don't have anything that's like that. But because I knew ahead of time, I bought the Mulan tea, so we can give her that. And it's not, it'll pay dividends down the road. Like, it's not like, it's immediately going to change the game from here on out.
And it's just like, she is just so over-the-top, sweetly optimistic, like, almost out-of-placeably so, and she still manages to sell it.
She might as well just call herself the Intergalactic Songstress.
Oh! It's always game! It's just like, I'm never going to have a playthrough where I'm not going to go, ah!
She just gets the rest of the bar to join in on chanting her name.
And like, it just works somehow. I'm just so shocked that she manages to sell it.
Even Jamie gets in on it. The ever-responsible pop star coming to get drunk before her concert.
Though, to be fair, it looks like that she's pretty much just going to be singing through the whole night, so...
Yeah.
She's gotta have something to tide her over.
I like, Kira Mickey's incredibly naive. or at the very least is not shown to be someone who, you know, gives careful consideration to her actions or anything like that, and just kind of assumes the best in everyone. And much like Sei, she's not punished. Well, Sei is punished for it, but not really. But like, she doesn't become jaded or cynical. She stays like this bubbly, happy robot lady.
And just
there's never a moment where it all comes crashing down on her.
And Jill, like I said, I'm just honestly always impressed by how she just kind of respects that. She can't do it, but she always, like, gives them the benefit of their own benefit of the doubt. It's just such a refreshing take on just kind of, like, your mean-spirited, sort of bitter protagonist. Man, the soft ones are
I
so
also
hard.
like she.
Go
But I, unlike other characters, I don't get mad whenever they order abstractly. Whenever she does.
There are plenty of characters I get mad at, except her. Fluffy Dream?
There we go. Soft. And then just load it up with booze.
It looks delicious. I just want to put a spoon in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish they used real drinks only for the fact that, like, I would like to try some. But, like,
I also just kind of love how just Jill just so casually dismisses, like, so many of just the bar mystique. Just, it's a job. That's kind of another
this
on
isn't
point.
a Tom Cruise movie.
It's just very on point.
But it also just shows how pragmatic she is in general. She's not a horribly ambitious or complicated person.
She's just really trying to get along, and that is both to and against her detriment, as we will soon see.
And, like, yeah, she's so nonchalant about having stalkers. Though, that also... We found out later that Lilim kind of have this weird not fear... They have this... They're deathly afraid of dying, but they never have to actually really worry about it because they are mechanical and can be backed up and then put into other bodies should something happen to their primary one, but, like, they do have this fear of not being able to be backed up. So it's kind of like the reverse fear of dying that, like, regular people have. So the idea of stalkers are probably just inherently less threatening to her.
And just generally, she just is that into what she does and her music. That's kind of like her biggest characterization point. Stalkers ain't gonna get her down.
And also, they make her breakfast.
And even Jill's still like, that's still, though, kind of bad.
Yeah, like, I guess the only inconvenient thing is that they're stealing her panties, but that's why I didn't even think robots would need them.
Let's not think of the implications of that. Because there are many. And none of them good.
Don't have sex with robots.
It generally doesn't tend to go well. Not that I would know. And I didn't mean for that to, like, sound like I'm covering something up.
It's okay, I believe you.
Thank you, man.
I don't believe her.
Like, I mean, like, you have paying, like, a ridiculous price for a ticket, and then there's, like, literally singing for what would be 8 hours straight, by what it sounds like.
Yeah. At the very least, she knows how to put on a show. What do we want to give her that's bitter?
Well, everything I'm seeing is gut punch, pile driver, suplex, grizzly temple, and I actually like her, so I would just give her another sunshine cloud.
Fair enough. Do we booze it? We're gonna booze it.
Why'd you even ask me?
You didn't respond fast enough.
Tastes like old chocolate milk with its good smell intact.
That's horrific sounding.
Well, drink up!
You're a robot, you'll be fine.
Let's also not think of the weird implications of how robots are able to process alcohol.
I think they actually go into that later.
Oh. So never mind. I guess I won't have to. It'll go there.
I think the weirder thing here is that, like, the idea of robots as musicians, couldn't you just download the computer, the piano playing program and just be super good at it immediately?
Yeah, there's always going to be kind of that problem with writing robot characters, number one, and, like, why do anything when you can just plug your brain into the internet? Still, I think this Kirameki, unfortunately, is a very side character, so I think they just kind of get away with it for just her kind of not coming up a lot. Oh.
Yeah, she shows up like twice. So we've seen 50% of her already.
We hardly knew you, girl.
But we like what we saw.
It was a good ride.
So did Donovan.
Unfortunately. That are just giving out free stuff, like... Oh, we're done already? That was fast.
That's day 2. It was a bit front-loaded.
Yeah.
Compared to the usually they're pretty evenly split 2 and 2, but this one was a little more front-loaded with Jamie and Dorothy and Donovan in the first half.
And only really Kirameki in the second. Our apology, more Dana!
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with this. I love how pretty much immediately Jill gets into wrestling after Dana says this, though.
Yeah. Yeah, the game's not exactly subtle about maybe Jill got a bit of a crush on her boss.
To be fair...
Don't we all?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like,
it's Dana. Like, can you really fault the woman?
Like, speaking of which, like, just right there, like, Dana just giving out bonuses for stuff. Just any reason she can think of. Just, here, buy some snacks. Here's $300.
Hey, thanks for, like, calming down that one girl. Hey, thanks for helping me with that sick burn on Gil. Take another 300.